BassResinator here. I'm working ahead of schedule. This is a frog, the mini puddle jumper frog. This mold is available from Resin Rockers, and it is a smooth or glossy finish on the outside as opposed to the one that you can get from Temu, which is not. It is that one is a matte mold, but this one is smooth. I've used it quite a bit now, so it's starting to lose the glossy feature. I've already got the eyes in place. Notice there it's hard to see on that one, but this one you can see it really clearly. I can see clearly now. So those eyes I set in place with UV resin for bonding, the one from Let's Resin. And then I have, I don't know if you can see that, it is a little shooting star. Charm. I don't even know where I got it. It was a whole bunch of different things all stuck in one thing. So I've already placed that in his head. I got it stuck in there with UV resin, and I used the Resin Rockers UV resin. And supposedly this, and I've seen them do it, with different molds. It was actually even deeper than this. They had the snail mold and a little dolphin mold, and they did that in just one pour. So I'm going to try that. It's going to go clear. This is an experiment. That's why it's going on a small frog, not on one of the bigger ones. If I were doing a bigger one, I would not be using UV resin. But Daniel Cooper just put out a video where he did this technique, but he did it with a cabochon. And I said, you just inspired me, Daniel. I'm going to try it with a frog. So here we go. And I already have a little bit up in his head so that I could hold that charm in place. How charming. Let me get this back here. I thought I had it in dead center, but now I do. And over here I have my Let's Resin double-sided UV lamp. Now I'm going to do something that he did, and it's going to take a little while. I can't just stick this into the UV lamp until after I wait a little bit. Okay, it's going up in his legs. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here, put a little bit so I can get it in his toes. I need to use a small tool to do that part so that I can get it good. Because if you get outside the mold with UV resin, it's very hard and brittle. And when you go to trim it, like if you get an overpour, it shatters, and I don't want that. And sometimes you can take off more than you anticipated. Now what Daniel Cooper was trying to do was get a galaxy. I will put his Oh, that leg right there is hanging a little bit low. Does your leg hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Okay, now what he did was he used Marabou alcohol or rainbow. Before I do that, there's a couple bubbles. And I'm only going to put just a drop. But then I got to wait for the alcohol to dissipate before I do the next set or the next thing. Whew, that smells. We're going to create a galaxy frog. He created a galaxy cabochon type thing. My deal is I want to create a frog. And wouldn't you know it, there's said bubble. There, got rid of it. Okay, now I'm going to just mix this up in here. These will be, hopefully, little stars. How wise wonders what you are's. Up above, the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little stars. Trying to get a few of those little stars into the feet area. Go down in there. Okay. Now, to put this under the lamp, and I hope we get a perfectly balanced little frog. Put it on for 2 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, now for the next set, I'm going to be using Brie Reese alcohol inks. Get rid of that dog hair. Black, red, cobalt green, yellow, and shimmering purple. I'm going to be using Elmer's glue. This is a lid of an old, well, it was some cream, but the cream is gone, so I'm going to use a lid, and I'm just going to put this down. I'm going to develop my galaxy with this. And I told Daniel, well, I wrote on his, I left a comment on his video where he did this, and I said, you've inspired me to do a galaxy frog. And he goes, ooh. So when I get this done, I will send him a picture of the final result, even though my galaxy frog and his galaxy cabochon will seem like they're weeks apart, when actually I just saw that video today, so or his video. Okay, so Elmer's glue going over there. He calls it PBA glue. Well, don't know if bubbles matter. But they're not popping. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that yet. I'm going to remove the frog from its mold. Oh, it's still warm. I'm going to leave that, let that cure, or let that cool down. Okay. Now, I don't know. Some of these have sediment in them to cause the colors to be like super vibrant, especially this shimmering ones from Brie Reese. I really like how strong these are and the shimmeringness. Now, space, it's supposed to be dark, right? So we're going to go with quite a bit of black. Oh, he did something else I need to get out. I forgot to get out. I have some metallic inks. Just a second. I have a set of metallic alcohol inks from Let's Resin. I'm going to use the olive gold. I'll let that sit there. Now, to go in with this green. I see that, and I need some pliers. Some of these get a little bit of that ink on the threads of the bottle, and then it makes it hard to get open. Wherever I put that olive, I'm going to go in with this green. It doesn't look very green. It just looks like more black. Okay, let's go with a little bit of, well, got to use the pliers on this one too. Man, that one's seriously stuck. It doesn't look real yellow. It looks orange. Well, let's go with some red. And again, with the pliers. There we go. That looks like the color I intended to put in. That look like a galaxy yet? A little bit more of this olive. It landed there and that red just went over the top of it. Okay, now the purple. And Daniel has done experiments with glue. He calls it PBA glue, and I'm looking all over the place, and I don't see PBA glue on this at all. All I know is Elmer's. So I don't know if there's a different name for it across the pond, but Okay, now this is shimmering. Can't quite see it shimmer. Okay, now he did that marabou rainbow on top of some of these. Whee! One more right there. Drop. There. Oh, no wonder it wasn't dropping. It was going all over my glove. Whoops. Sorry about that. Bashed. Okay, this guy. Yeah, he's cooled down quite a bit now. Goodness, let me get that shimmering alcohol ink off of my glove. Get it under the light and it's blinding me. Blinded by the light. Yep. Bringing back the 70s. Huh? When you go to school in the 70s? Or 60s and 70s. That's when I was in school. Okay, now I'm going to keep that. And look at that. And that little shooting star thing may be up a little too high, but it's going to be cool. Now, because of Daniel, I got these things. I've had them for quite some time. If you need to have a hole in a mold, you set this in place, stick it down onto the mold. It's got a little suction cup. Stick it down on the mold, and then you pour your resin, and then when you pull it out, that because this is made out of silicone, comes right off. Now, what I have to do is get this, see there? So I don't have to worry about not being able to get him off. And I'm going to set him down. Oy, that was not good. He unstuck. And now I need to get it turned over real quick. And then set him on the mold upside down so that he stays there and that the glue has to dry now. And I need to get it to where it's not running. And this I can use for something else if I want to. Now the cool thing is, if I don't like this, I can just wipe it off. That's according to Daniel. All of this is according to Daniel, so if you don't like it, then sorry. Trying to get that right, just right. Now, he's got some went down his chin. I can always clean that off later. I'm not going to even try and mess with that now. Now I just got to let that dry. Then after he dries, then I'll do my next step. But yeah. What do I do with this now? Do I have anything else around here that's clear that I can put on that? Because I think even if I cover it up, it's going to cure. I mean, it's going to dry. Well, I'll figure something out. Okay, I'll come back to you later on when this is all dried up. Well, that seems to have dried. And now, Daniel Cooper, when he does this, he gets some clear UV resin to finish it off and mixes in a little bit of black mica powder. But I have this black UV resin already ready. So I just got to make sure it's thin. I don't want it too thick because then it won't cure correctly. And I'll spread it. Now this locks that glue in place so it doesn't go anywhere, because if you know anything about glue, you get it wet and it'll come off. Elmer's glue, that is. Now I'm thinking this is not going to look as, I don't know if the word is right, dramatic as Daniel's, because of the different contours of the frog. What he was working with was a cabochon, which it's it only has one contour, you know, whereas this has the leg and then the back and then the head and the other leg. And so I'm not making excuses that it's going to look bad, because I don't know if it is. It might look just amazing, but I'm just thinking that it might not have the same effect that Daniel's had. It'd be nice if it does. Be pleasantly surprised. I'm trying to get it so that it's not real thick in any one area, but I gotta get it also where all of this glue is covered. need a little bit more on each of these feet. Just a dab. A little dab will do you. Just so I can get out onto his toes. Now also something that Daniel did that I'm not going to do is he stuck his piece down onto a pendant on a metal blank so that it had something to go up against. And I don't have anything shaped like a frog, nor would I think anybody, well, who knows, somebody might. Lula might. Lula might want to have a frog pendant. She's really into frog art and stuff. Get it all the way out of the toesies and the little tootsies here. Just go looking around the edges now to make sure I got everything covered. It must be a little high spot right there because it's pulling away from it. There's a high spot under his chin. Okay, now I'm going to go into this for about 10 seconds and give it a quick, fast cure. It won't be completed, but at least I can see if there's any areas that look like they need extra coverage. I do not see any. Good, it stayed in place. Okay, go under for 30 seconds, and then I'll go under for a minute, and then I'll take it under for a minute and a half, and I'll come back to you. I'm going to just do it in stages to make sure that's cured all the way through. Okay, now following Daniel's instructions, I sanded the top with 1200 grit sandpaper, and then I stuck a toothpick onto the bottom, and I have some UV resin here that's in a container that's going to be kept in the dark. The light doesn't get through it, so this is not going to it's not going to get damaged. But what you do after you've sanded, you dip it into the dipping UV resin and let that drip off. But just so you can see what we have right now. Oh, Galaxy Frog. We don't want to have any of that UV bubbling up, you know, so we want to make sure we get all the drippage off. Like right now, he's got some between his toes. And that looks like a bubble right there. It was. There's still another one. But we have what looks like a Galaxy Frog in the making. Yeah. So, got a couple more bubbles right here. And I'll check on the other side if there's any bubbles. I don't see. Oh, there's maybe one between his eyes. No. Yep, there is. It's like, no, can't have that. Right between the eyes. Have a Cyclops Galaxy Frog. And then what I will do after I finish letting him drip is I will put it under the lamp and I will just twist and twist and twist so I won't have any of those little drops showing up. Like one just went off his head, another one just went off his toe. Whoa, have I achieved it? Daniel, have I done it? Now this is in here a thick viscosity UV resin. It's from Bondcrafter. And I haven't had the best of success with Bondcrafter in other projects where I go more than just surface deep. So I'm thinking I will just use, I just put the rest of it in here as my dipping resin. And we'll see how well it does with that. Because if I would have tried to do this frog like I did with that other UV resin, with just the Bondcrafter, it would not have, it would have been bubbles all over the place. And I don't exactly understand why. And I've contacted the company about it, and they're like, well, give it another try. And I have, and same result. So wow, that is a pretty frog. I saw a bubble on his back right there. I don't anymore. Okay, so I'm going to put this and get it out of the light, out of the way of this UV lamp that I'm going to have. And you can't see what I'm doing, but I got it over here. I'm twisting, twisting, twisting. Okay, can I twist? And you know what? I need to take this thingy out so that I have more room to twist without having it bump on stuff. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Twisty, twisty, twist. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Twisty, twisty, twist. Twist, 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 twisty, twisty, twisty. Twisty, twisty, twist. Twisty, 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 twist. Twisty, twisty, twist. Do, 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 do. This goes 2 minutes. I'll come back to you then. That cured. Look at that. Man. Okay, out in the sun, this guy is going to go. First, I have to trim this toothpick off. Maybe file that down a little bit. But that toothpick, really none worse for the wear. I can still use it. Cool. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Ladies and gents, I present to you Galaxy Frog. I almost want to call him Cosmo. But I don't know if, can you see that little shooting star right behind his eyes? Man, this is pretty. Well, it works in a frog. It would probably be easier to do on a larger frog, but I wanted to make sure I could get it done. I didn't want to use a bunch of resin and not have it turn out okay. But eyes are the amphibian eyes. They're in the right spot. And that comet's going right back. If I would have used a silver one, it would have been a lot more visible. But that's okay. Came out pretty slick, man. Pretty slick, man. Yeah. Okay, let me file that down, and I will take some close-ups and get him out in the sun so you can see him really sparkle. How's that in my thumb? Anyway, so yeah, if you are a subscriber of mine, thank you for subscribing. If you are not, consider it. Have all kinds of fun on here. And if you do subscribe, right next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell icon. Click that, and you'll be notified if I do anything new, which is most every day. So, yeah, I think I got some dust or something on my gloves so that it keeps showing up on the frog, poor guy. And I also have channel memberships available. So there's 2 levels, the Blue Bonnet and the Indian Paintbrush. And if you join the channel membership, then you will get all my videos up front. You don't have to wait until they're scheduled. So, yeah, that's cool. This is a collaboration. There are other artists doing things with frogs. So, in the playlist below, click on there and you can see all of the different artists and go check out their videos. You see, there's that. Where'd that come from? I don't know what that is. Anyway, go check out their videos, and if you like what you see, let them know. If you don't like what you see, let them know. We need to learn from our good things and our not so good things. This came out a lot better than I don't know why I doubted. I thought, nah, it can't happen in a frog. it does look pretty cool. Now, if I would use different colors in that glue, I'm almost wishing I would have used more blue. I didn't use blue, I used purple. It would have been nice. I think it would have been nicer, but that's okay. It still definitely has spacey vibes, galaxy vibes. So yeah, go look at the other ones and let them know what you like about their stuff, and if they need improvement, let them know that as well, so they can grow from the whole experience. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Dun, 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 dun. Stick around for some still shots.